comic book fans, welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Now we got a great pick of the week, I got a great Fast Five, and then we got some great announcements at the end, so let's get right into the program. First up, the pick of the week from Marvel. We have Wolverine number 14, written by Jason Aaron and art by Renato Guedes. Now this is the conclusion to the epic Red Right Hand story arc, where this group of survivors who lost loved ones or people close to them by Wolverine's claws have formed an alliance to make sure they bring him as much pain and torment as humanly possible, or mutantly possible. And so for the past arc, he's been going through all these hordes of ninjas, of trained assassins, of the mongrels, which is this whole group of just mutated freaks trying to take him on. Slices through them like a hot knife through butter, like a big stick of butter. And so finally it's the epic conclusion of Wolverine facing the group of people who have had it out for him since the get-go, ever since they lost a loved one because of him. And he arrives to a room full of dead people. They all drank the Kool-Aid, as it were. They don't get to see the look on his face when they announce their big twist reveal, but they know that while they might be reconnected with their loved ones, Wolverine is going to be feeling a swift kick to the balls for the rest of his life. I mean, how can you hurt somebody like Wolverine? You can't kill him. If you hurt him, it only, heals back, but some wounds don't heal. Ever. There's a video recording that plays explaining what the group's mission statement is, why they've been doing this, and then they reveal to him that the mongrels that he killed, they found them specifically going through Wolverine's history, and these were his kids, and they died by his hand. And now he gets to join the club, the Red Right Hand, as it were, and be with them because he lost loved ones to his own claws. And we don't know if this is going to be the end of Wolverine, if he's just going to go retreat into the Canadian woods and to try to, just forget about what he's become after all these years. But it was very, very powerful. It was a twist I don't think any of us saw coming. And finally, there's a group that got the one-up on Wolverine. The man who you think you can just never destroy has finally been destroyed. It was a great, great issue. I loved Guedes' artwork on this. I thought the emotions and just the violence all played together nicely. And then if Jason Aaron ever leaves Wolverine, Marvel, or Marvel in general, then they're going to have a big, big problem on their hands, because the man is a genius when it comes to writing these kind of characters. And please, give him whatever he wants. Make sure he stays in your arsenal for the rest of his time there. Now, on to the Fast Five. First up from DC, we have Superman Beyond number 0. Now, even though it's a $4 price tag, you get a very thick 0 issue. Not just one of those little 12 pages like, oh, see what happens next in issue 1 coming this summer. No, 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 no. You get a whole chunk of story. If you ever watched Batman Beyond, the cartoon growing up, you saw that Superman Beyond, okay, the Superman in that future always made an appearance. Well, now you get his own little series, starting off from this 0-1 issue. It's by Tom DeFalco, Ron Frenz, and with beautiful finishes by Sal Buscema. But basically, Superman has been gone for a year. He returns to Earth, and he's kind of returns at that time where the Justice League of that time need somebody. They need a heavy hitter. They can't go out to Batman because Batman's all like, listen, I got Neo Gotham to take care of. Piss off. Tell me when someone big and powerful. Well, this prisoner, Marco, he just loses it because his daughter's been taken away from him by a spiteful ex-wife. And so that was kind of the only thing he was going for, wanting to make his parole for, was to see his daughter again. So that was taken away from him. He gets in a little spill with some Lex Luthor Corp chemicals, and they transform him into kind of a Clayface / absorbing man kind of combo, where whatever he touches he can create, get bigger, etc. He's a force to be reckoned with. Justice League can't really get a handle on him, and while Superman is back and feeling like, okay, well, I'll just go back my old ways of Clark Kent, hang out with Jimmy Olsen, he can still be Superman at the same time. So in this issue, you get to see him rejuvenated in a way, like, oh, the world still does need a Superman, and if the Justice League needs a guy like me, then I'm all for it. But it was great art. I wasn't looking forward to the series before, I'll be honest, but This Zero issue has really turned the tables on my opinion there. I think I'll be picking it up, that's for sure. Next up from Icon, we have Kick-Ass 2, number 3. Now, yes, it does feel like it's been forever between issues. That's because it has been. It actually started 15 years ago, and we're finally getting issue number 3 in the second volume. Hooray! But hey, you know, a little slight nudge to Miller. At least the series is going to be completed before the movie this time. Hey! Who knows? Who knows? But where was I? Oh, yes. Justice Forever, they stopped their very first, you know, major crime with Kick-Ass on the team. It's a prostitution ring that they just go ahead and dismantle. And Kick-Ass really likes this group. He likes the people involved. He likes what they stand for. It's not just about fighting crime, but, you know, helping out the community as well. And sure enough, they're 12 strong at one point. And so Justice Forever is going to, you know, be a force to be reckoned with. Only it would have been if the Colonel, who was kind of the leader of their group, wasn't ambushed by Red Mist, who is no longer calling himself Red Mist. He's renamed himself the Motherfucker, and they sent a message, a very brutal one in this issue. But before, I wasn't really a fan of this painted Ramita style, but the colorist, I guess, reined it back a notch in this issue because it looked a lot more presentable. And as much as people, you know, just hate Miller's like, oh, just superhero gone amok in real life, for whatever reason, I still have fun with this comic book. I don't know where all this hate is coming from, but hey, yeah, you know, he might be making movies off of this. He might be making millions of dollars off of it and, you know, having priorities. But can you blame him? I mean, yes, it is a fun comic, but I'm sure it's going to be even a more kick-ass movie in the future. But bottom line, don't be a hater. I mean, this is a fun series. It's John Romita Jr.'s art, for crying out loud. If you don't like Miller, at least stay for the art, because it's just pure eye candy every issue. Next up from Marvel, we have Future Foundation number 8, or FF number 8 if you're feeling nasty. Basically, Black Bolt and his Inhumans visit the Forever City as it was being targeted by the 3 Reeds of, you know, the other dimensions. And Black Bolt and his followers, I don't really like what the situation is. They have a little backstory that we've seen in the past couple of issues. But basically, it's an all-out war by the time the Future Foundation gets there with their new enemy allies in tow. Enemy allies. Oxymoron, I guess. But basically, the plan is to kill 2 of the Reeds and take a 3rd one for questioning. And Doom is kicking ass. The whole Future Foundation, I like the Wizard kind of makes a stumble and he's away. And then Reed actually gets abducted by Medusa because Black Bolt wants to talk to him. But at the end, Dr. Doom, he might have different motivations. He might not really wanting to be helping Reed at all. He wants to know how the weapon works. But he gets stabbed in the back by Diablo, which he did not see coming. And this issue is just so much fun. I mean, Steve Epting on art, Jonathan Hickman giving you a great story. It makes me proud to be reading this title, and I'm very happy that this is still the Fantastic Four / Future Foundation whole story as a whole is going in a direction that I approve of. I mean, I'm having fun. Next issue, I can't wait to see what happens, and I think it's all going to make sense at the end, or have a great conclusion. Either or, I'll still be here when it happens. Next up from Vertigo, we have American Vampire number 18. Now, this is the epic conclusion of the World War II backdrop in the Pacific story arc, where we have Pearl versus Skinner. It's vampire versus vampire right before the bombs are going to come and nuke the entire small Japanese-occupied island. Henry tries to help out at one point, but he's just pushed away. Skinner is asking Pearl why he's still with this human. I mean, come on. They deserve to be together, if anything. And then Pearl sees an opening after a very passionate kiss, takes out a gold knife, and stabs Skinner in the chest. While other vampires, you know, silver is what does them in. It's gold for the new breed, and Skinner is a part of that new breed, and Pearl does know his weakness. And so, while we don't see the body disintegrate or you know, go kablooey or whatnot, there's no body, that means he's still alive. And so, you know, and Skinner's sweet. He's a badass. He's not going to just die out in the Pacific in some war he has no care for. You're going to see him down the line. I know for sure. But it was a nice little send-off, for this arc at least. And then Pearl gets reunited with her hubby, but they're in some dangerous waters at one point. No, seriously, it's dangerous waters. The vampires of that island, they're trying to get at them, but they can't get too close to the surface because of the sunlight. And so they wait for the, you know, for the dusk and the night to come. And they're so close to getting them before a helicopter rescues them. But then Pearl has to really ask Henry if he still wants to be with her, because she's a vampire. She's going to be here for you know, thousands of millennia. He should go off and, you know, enjoy life. He doesn't have to feel like he needs to be with her if he doesn't want to. But he goes, no, listen, baby, honey, baby doll, I love you. And so they have a nice little reuniting at the end. But Albuquerque on her, it's fucking fantastic. He should never leave. unless it's a miniseries by Sean Murphy, then I'll let it slide this time. But no. Raphael owns these characters. He owns the art, and he owns the whole feel and tone that Snyder really conveys in his storytelling. And I gotta say, this is one of the picks for Best Series of the Year for the Cammys Awards happening at the end. So, hands down. I mean, it's so good. How can you not like this series? And finally this week from Marvel we have Captain America and Bucky number 621. Now we have Brubaker and Mark Andreyko writing this, and then we have Chris Samney on art. Yes, it's great because it's a classic story of Bucky and Captain America back in World War II stopping some Nazis who are under the disguise of being circus folk from taking a train, having fuming toxins coming out of the ventilation as they pass through a train station with thousands and hundreds of soldiers ready to go off, be shipped off to war. So they have to stop this train from arriving to its destination, and it's just Samney's art that really captures that feeling, that old-timey Captain America in the World War II era feeling. And it's just so much fun seeing Bucky fighting, Nazis on top of a roof, on top of the train, and then you see him having to make a really tough decision that has someone's life on the line, and it's how he has to deal with that at the end. It's not all fun and games like he might have thought when he first joined up with this gig. It's you gotta grow up sometimes, and boys become men in war, that's for sure. But it was very enjoyable. If you want just a little one-shot, don't worry. It's just easy to pick up the last issue or this issue. It's tons of fun, and it's Captain America. Hopefully this will grab some of the people who saw the movie and said, hey, where can I get started with these comic books? Or they'll see the number 621 because of the whole weird Marvel numbering and go, oh, well, never mind then. But hey, $3, where can you go wrong? Well, comic book fans, that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, check out www.cammyscomiccorner.com. Every Wednesday, you get the Geeky Talkies. Every Friday, you get my favorite covers. And every Sunday, you get the weekly review shows. Notice I didn't say video because that is done with this episode. Yes, you'll get some other video review shows, maybe some nice anniversary dates. But I've been doing this for almost 4 years, the video show. So I'm going to just go ahead and make that switch to audio because it's much more enjoyable, it's less time consuming, and I've been noticing the numbers have been speaking, and a lot more people are tuning into the audio than they are the video. So I let the fans decide, and you guys usually know right and wrong half the time, maybe, what's best for me. But yes, CammysComicCorner.com. Follow me on Twitter at CamComicCorner, and then you can join us on the Facebook page as well to get more updates. So that does it for this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. Check in for the Book of the Month episodes, for the interviews that I do. That'll be on the video as well. And then just tune in for me every week, Geeky Talkie. Go on iTunes, leave a review. But why would I say that? You guys don't listen to me. This has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I have been your host, Cammy, expecting a video down the line explaining the whole situation about the video show.